Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up, but first, let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, and a hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs, and comfort now means keeping us warm because it's cold outside. High today, 54, low 39, and we've got rain coming in. I know it's just a 90% rain all over, but then it's going to clear, then rain some more. So one meteorologist said we're going to have like 5 inches of rain in the next couple of days. So it's that time of year, that winter rain, we get a lot of it. Sort of replenishes the creek, feeder creeks and all. Our water temperature at the end of the pier is 60.3. Take a look at our river reading brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola. The Apalachicola Bluntstown is reading a 3 foot even, and the Choctawhatchee at Caryville is a 3.6. Both rivers are very similar, pretty steady, not a lot of movement up or down. And either one of the rivers hadn't been in a couple of days. So this rain here will be changing that next couple of days. Take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. The low tide this morning is at 8:31, and the high tide is at 4:56 tonight. And the wind direction will be coming out of northeast at about 13. Okay, so let's take a quick break. We'll come back and get set up. Okay, welcome back. Jeff and I were talking. We got used to sleeping a little bit late during Christmas break. It's hard to get back in routine now, get things going. But we're here, and thank you, Captain Rick, for being with us yesterday. You know, I do this book. I put all my stuff in the book right here. I know y'all have seen me before, and I was here. I didn't get a chance to put all my stuff in here. But this past year, I just took them out of the folder. This is all the shows we had. Okay, Gail types up this outline every night for me, and I sort of fill in the blanks. And but anyway, this is 2023. It's not going in the trash. Believe it or not, I have all the shows I've ever done. I've saved them. I don't know why. I just have. So I'm gonna put them over here, take them home, and put them in the folder going back to 2006. And so if you want to know what was on, we can actually find it, do some research. I think that comes from me doing research for my book and all, and just having a deep thankfulness of people who saved the history, the old newspaper articles back in the 1920s, 1882s, and that. So anyway, this is today's show. So we want to get along with one of the first thing I want to do is our pictures, and I get caught up on them. It's been a really good Christmas break as far as people doing outdoor activities and all kind of cool things going on. And I've enjoyed talking to people. I saw a lot of viewers during the holidays. It's really cool. So anyway, let's start on the pictures. This was looking out I still got up early. I was talking about sleeping late. I can't sleep late, but I get up early. And this was sunrise over North Bay. That's the Deer Point Dam to the left of sunrise. And you just sometimes you just forget the beauty of either tree stand outdoors and all. But I just sat there, and I like to sort of meditate and in the mornings and read some Bible verses and pray, and this is encouraging. But what's cool about this one, see how it reflected right there, and within 10 seconds it went behind those clouds, and it completely disappeared. And I thought how fleeting that was, and then you look back how fleeting at certain times in your life, just things go by so fast. And also I was being philosophical looking and reflective looking back at that, and also thankful and looking forward to 2024. All right, let's move on. Okay, here we go. As I age, I find it's true what I was told. Fishing never gets old. Is that not true? Listen, I was down at Gail and I went down Weewaw Wiggler, bait and tackle over the holidays, and spent some time at Howard Creek, and always stop by there. The old timers will recognize this reel. It's a Garcia Mitchell. Now, I love this, the old 306. This is really the original surf casting reel. Now, Gail's dad had one when they fished St. George Island back in the 60s, and he gave me one, and I just used them for years. Well, anyway, I'm sure y'all still have some. I still have some. I've replaced them, but anyway, the guy, I'm saying all that to say this. They have a reel repair guy there in Weewall that can repair reels. In fact, he repaired these and he's got some used ones for sale. It's a heck of a reel right there. I've got 3 or 4 of my old ones. I'm gonna take down there and let him repair them. So any kind of reel repair, take it to Weewall Wiggler Bait and Tackle. I just thought that was cool. I love this story here on the deer blind. Okay, this guy wrote this. This is Peyton McKinney. In 1996, I built this stand and put it in this clear cut. I was 22 years old. It grew up, was thin, and has been cleared again. It has survived 27 years in the same spot. It is made of 2-foot cut off untreated plywood scraps and untreated 2x2s. We've had several tornadoes and 2 hurricanes pass over through the years. I'm 49 years old now, and I'm still seeing deer out of it. Don't let people tell you they won't last long. So anyway, is that not a cool story? You know, deer blinds have stories too. So that's cool to share that with you. Moving along to some really good stuff. Crystal Bullock. This is her son. This is Angie Smith Carpenter, her grandson. So Crystal put, my baby got his first deer today with my dad. Now, that's Braylon Bullock, and his granddad is Tommy Carpenter there. And what a good picture. That's his first deer. Good job. I know Crystal and Brian, y'all are happy to see that, and Angie and Jim. Kyle Pridgeon with some good fishing during the Christmas holidays. A quick trip to the river. Look here what he got. Not bad, was it? Not a bad trip. Good job, Kyle Pridgeon. Karen Edwards, Mike Edwards' wife. Mike had this on camera. They look like twins. Moving along, Matthew Abbott. Matt Abbott, one of the former students. I'm glad I didn't sleep in this morning. Thankful to have the opportunity to enjoy our area and get some meat in the freezer. Now here's a good picture of Matt. Good guy. Good young man right there. Good job, Matt. All right, moving along. Grant Register in Gulf County. They have a new lease down there, Jerry's son, Grant. And I know where that lease is. It's a challenging area. They don't have a lot of oaks and everything. It's really a challenging area to hunt, and to get a buck like that is reflective of a good hunter. So good job, Grant Register. Okay, this is funny. It's another thank you card from the Auto Body Repair Shop. Think about it a second, what's going on. Okay, I need to send that to Tony Bass Collision up there in Valdosta. Be careful driving at night. Michael Harris said this, hey coach, can you put Jace Lipford's pic on the show? He's the young man you interviewed at the trash cleanup. He killed his first deer in front of the hounds today. So good job, Jace Lipford. All right, moving on. This is a good one. We'll end on this one. Bo Rollins, down at Howard Creek. Bo said, days like today, where memories are made. May the wild run through your veins and the spirit always be free. Now look at this. This is, okay, so a great picture there with Dad. So I tried to find out who this is. Look at that picture there. Okay, and so here I was trying to find who it is. So I said, okay, what's their names? I'll put this on the show. And Lisa Cooksey replied, it's Jordan Cooksey, the father of Lane and Rowan Cooksey. I'm attaching another picture as my favorite. Look at Lane's proud smile. So you can see, is that not good? Let's go back and see it good right there. Right there. There it is. Is that a classic? Okay. Down there in the Howard Creek area. Let's take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. All kind of stuff to the show. I want to share something with you that has nothing to do with outdoors. I just ran across this picture the other day. I got it from one of these Facebook pages. It's about the Orange Bowl and the history of different games there from the 100, just all the ball games ever played in the Orange Bowl. And I love high school football and college football, so I always like to read the stuff. I remember a lot of these stories and all from there. And I ran across this. I've never seen this picture. I went to the University of Florida football scholarship, and the head coach there was a guy named Ray Graves. Ray Graves from Tennessee, and recruited Steve Spurrier because Steve Spurrier, his brother played at Steve was playing up there, and Ray Graves' brother was up there and had heard about this guy named Steve Spurrier, really good. So that's how Spurrier ended up there. And me being a Gator, I just like to share. But this is an old picture I ran across. That's Steve Spurrier there, and that's Ray Graves, who was my college coach, and what a fine man. He retired in Tampa and was a great football coach. Literally 96 years old. All right, so let's get back to outdoor stuff. All right, young lady Kenzie Shoemate, Brett Shoemate's wife, Kenzie, was not a hunter when she was growing up, but she married Brett, who's an outdoorsman, and just a sweet young lady with kids and all. But she's a good hunter now. Okay, good job, Kenzie Shoemate. Good job, Brett. One more story. Blake Sutherland. Credit to Mom on the spot and God the rest. Such a fun afternoon with this crazy crew. The excitement on these two faces when they woke up and heard we found him after they went to sleep. So they'd shot him and couldn't find him. Because anyway, to think I started hunting here when I was their age is bittersweet. These good times go by way too fast, but boy, I'm going to hang on to them while I can. And here's a picture here. Brad, two kids and Mom there, and what a fine buck. That's up there in right there north of I think Tuscaloosa area, up there in central Alabama. They've hunted there for years. Nice buck. Okay, so let's talk about this time of year. We're in the rut. I say we're in the rut. The bucks are in the rut. And it's interesting to see some property I have and talking to all the different hunters. Here's so many different stories and different areas where the rut is going on, but really January is just such a, we talked about it before Christmas, really when things are really happening as far as deer moving around. So I looked up the chart. I've showed the chart before, and it's always interesting because it's not just boom, boom, boom. It's sort of, here's the date right here. Let's look at this chart. Now, this comes from FWC. The whitetail deer breeding chronology in Florida. So zooming in here to the Panhandle even closer, it's a little fuzzy, but right there in the center, okay, right there in the center, actually got 24 December, and then right next to it is 29 of January. That's a month's difference, and then 26 of January. And then you look around the different area you live in, up there at the top left, in the Panhandle, February the 6th. And over there toward Pensacola, February the 15th. But look to our right over there, you got October, and we've always talked about it coming from east to west. Here's another picture also. This just gives a general map. But what I want to show you, what stood out on this one I was looking at last night, right there in the center of the screen, see that? That's around the Gulf County area, well, north of Gulf County, where there's a late breeding time. And then look down at Okeechobee, around Lake Okeechobee. That's just very interesting. And so it was, I just wanted to mention about that area right there, about different things going on. I personally have always believed, and it goes way back to what my dad would always say, and he hunted a lot, and his buddies, around the mid part, from the 1st of January to the middle of January, but sort of peaked out around the middle of January. Over the years, that's when we always were able to really take some really nice bucks. So it's a big deal knowing that, and also cameras have revolutionized. It's made hunters out of people that from armchairs. And I'm a hunter, but also fascinated by the pictures we get on the camera. That's amazing. So anyway, talking about the rut, and let's go. I wanted to. Oh, don't forget, let's go from wood to water. The Deer Point drawdown is going on right now, Deer Point Lake, and it's sort of drawn way down. And I can see as I go across the Deer Point Dam, I can see a little bit of progress each day, just a little bit, but it's drawn on down. That's to kill the aquatic vegetation that's been invasive in Deer Point Lake and other areas too. So that's going on now. So anyway, I wanted to show. I was asked about different things about resolutions and all. I said, well, I want to talk about resolutions. I may not get to them today, but I said the quickest one that comes to mind, I wrote it down right here, fish more in 24. And I sort of put that on some people's pages and all, so they like that. Fish more in 24, or get outdoors more in 24. So that's a good one there. Also, I was spurred a moment sometimes, at the end of the year, we're talking about being reflective and trying to share things with friends and family, and I just got, every now and then I get inspired, so I just, all of a sudden I put something together. I wrote it out on my little Google pad and sketched it out. I sent a little message to my grandkids. Okay, so here, okay, now this is off the top of my hat. Okay, so here we go. I wrote Granddad's advice to my 5 little monkeys. And when they were little, they just jumping around like little monkeys, so I always called them my 5 little monkeys, and they still identify with that. And so anyway, I said, do the 5 B's. Okay, be faithful, be kind, be healthy, be careful, and behave. So that sort of sums up a pretty good little philosophy right there, especially for young people and older people too. Now let's take a break, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We always enjoy bringing back the fishing game time every day at this time, this section right here, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. So our times, 4:14 and 6:14 this morning, and this afternoon, 4:34 to 6:34. So those things are happening around us, so be aware of that. Also, we were able to briefly go fishing. The grandkids were here, so Walter, we just put Walter a little boat. He's got a little boat, and we just put it in St. Joe and only had a couple hour or two to fish. So we just got out and fished right in front of the old St. Joe, where the old paper mill was. And the boats are small, so we didn't want to get out in the bay, so we stayed close to the shore. And as you know what would happen, of course, it broke down right here. So here's Ashley paddling. Okay, here we go right here. Ashley paddling. We got a kick out of it. We're inside it. We see land all, but we're laughing about it. Here she is paddling us back to shore. We got a friend to come get us and all, but it was just we thought that was real cute right there. So anyway, so we did. Okay, we'll move on to the next picture, I hope. Let's see. So our technology, everything's a little slow this morning. So I don't know what it is, it's what do you call that, buffering? So anyway, we were able to catch a fish. And let's see, here it is, Mason called it, see the dock, you see where we are, that's the Eastern Shipbuilding there now. So the whole group are there, we of course let it go. It was fun getting out there, but we got a kick out of being able to, it's always good to have friends who are willing to help. And Mason actually, from working at Marina, called one of his friends working at Marina there to tow us in. We didn't have to go far. And the motor, it's a good motor and everything, just I think has some trash in the fuel line. Have you ever heard that, trash in the fuel line? So anyway, another thing, I'm always talking to y'all about just get outdoors and do some things and just walking along the beach, whatever. So here's some pictures real quick. Wendy and Walter down at the Cape, and they just went shelling. We're looking for shells and all. Let's see. Look at some of the nice shells. This is a New Year's Day. They just went walking on the beach down there at Cape San Blas and found all kind of big shells, and it was just so beautiful down there. But also, she sent me a picture. There's a deer in the back. I try to zoom in. See that deer back there right in the center? You may not be able to see it. Yeah, this is from the beach looking back toward the wooded area. I thought it was so cool to be able to do that. And then, okay, so that was a picture from there. So anyway, and they had a great time just walking around and everything. Let's see, the resolutions. I pulled out, when I was cleaning out my stuff last night, I pulled out my 2023 resolutions, and then I wrote down some 2024. And you have different ideas on resolutions. I always like to do them because you always want to just do things better and try to improve no matter what age you are. Just try to do more fun things and more enjoyable things and just keep doing that. So I looked at my last year's, and it was funny because some of them coincided with this year. So I've only got 8 right now to look at for right now. For this year, 2024, real quick. Number 1, work less, fish more. Number 2, help someone learn about the outdoors. Anything about it, just help them learn. Well, I think a lot of us do that. Y'all are really good about it. Number 3, I never added this one. It's been a long time. How about camping in a tent? It'd be cool to just not in the middle of summer, but on a cool night, just set up an old tent and just camp out like back in the old days, like we did in the backyard. Of course, fly fishing, number 4. So definitely want to continue fly fishing around Howard Creek area in the lower end of Apalachicola. Bill, Adam, and I have already promised each other we're going back up to the mountains and fly fish. We're going to do that soon when it warms up. I write this down every year, flounder gigging. I just had this thing about flounder gigging. I don't get to go much as I used to, but I just flat out enjoy flounder gigging along with catching crabs and all that. And I write this down every year, red horse sucker fishing. Are you guys up in Calhoun County? Y'all touched base with me last year and promised me that you'd let me know when they're going. Different people do it different ways. Some people fish for them. Some people catch them with a net. Some people gig them as they're coming by. It's all kind of ways. But it's just unique, the red horse sucker fishing. Okay, another one, I want to do more kayak fishing. I've sort of gotten out of it, and it's absolutely fun. I mean, it's just special to get out in a kayak and just fishing, especially if you're in an area where you can move around where the fish are and sort of isolated. The only problem is it's hard finding those isolated places much. Number 8, look for arrowheads. I say this every year. So if you plow your field this springtime and you're in an area like that, call me, and I would love to come walk all over the place and just look for them. Personal, I wrote a couple of personal ones down, and Gail agrees with this. Number 1, for myself, I'm going to share my personal, just a couple. Have more patience, especially around drivers and all. Over the years, I just got very impatient with these crazy drivers. Number 2, I'm doing a Bible in a year. Different ways to do a Bible in a year, and this is a unique way. I'm going to do it chronological with a group of folks and all. And of course, I always love to share my faith. And also, if you ever need a speaker or anything, I can speak on anything, outdoorsy or faith, and just doing, team building. I've been a coach my whole life. I know a lot of things that's worked for different people, including myself. So I'd always be glad to, and it's encouraging. I'd always be glad to do those kind of things for you. So just give me a call. And also, you got some interesting stuff you put on the show. I've said this before. If you want to come on the show and share it, this is what it's all about. It's about us. We're just real people. I want to say regular people. I like the term real people. Well, this is Florida Panhandle. Natives and people moving in. We all blend together, just have a very unique and special place here. Got to wrap it up. Got some good stuff coming up tomorrow. You do something good for someone else today. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.